What is it?
Crabbies.
Open it up and look.
I can't. I have little legs.
Ooh la la.
They smell gross. It's dancing.
He's trying to get out.
Oh my god, it's coming out. Ella, look at this. Look at this. Alive.
Oh no, watch out.
No.
He's gonna do it.
Let's leave him.
He's trying to back right up out of there.
When he gets out, just like leave him. When he goes on the floor, we'll just grab him and put him back in.
Oh,
And now it's
You
sharding.
don't want him on the floor. That's Mr. Krabs right there.
No.
Okay, I decided to use this large mouth, like, I don't know, a cooking skillet, I guess you'd call it, that I was gifted by my mama. So I've got it plugged in. I was going to do it on my stovetop, but basically I'm too short to lift this up and film from on top of a large stock pot. So bear with me. I have it already on medium high. I'm going to add some oil and then start with some of my ingredients. I know that looks like a lot of oil, and it is, but remember, we have to soften our garlic, onions, and everything else. So I'm going to add my garlic first and ginger. Remember, I'm adding ginger. That was not in the original recipe I saw, but I don't know. It sounds good to me. I'm not trying to add my green onion until sort of towards the end. But I put, one of my pandan leaves. I don't know if I'm going to use them all yet. We will see. So bear with me. In a moment. Hope this doesn't make too much noise for you guys. I'm trying to be cautious with everybody's audio. So we've got the garlic, one pandan leaf, and a little bit of ginger, chopped up, fresh ginger. If you guys haven't tried ginger in your food, believe it or not, like, it's definitely worth a try. Because I would have never thought I liked it before until I actually tried it in some Asian dishes. Okay, you see how the garlic's starting to get brown already? Garlic is going to brown first and fast, so you have to keep an eye on it. I'm going to turn this down to medium. It was medium high. I'm going to brown it a little bit more, and then I'm going to start adding my coconut cream. I know that some people use coconut milk, but why would I use the milk when I have the cream? No, if I'm going to make this, I'm going to go all out. Coconut cream is just a higher concentrate of the actual coconut without added water. So it's richer. It's more like, you know, your vitamin D milk over your 2%. And in a dish that you're having like once in a while, I don't see the harm in that. One can of coconut cream. It smells so good, by the way. You can smell the ginger, the garlic. Watch. In a second here, this pandan leaf is going to start releasing its aroma and be so good. I don't normally buy this brand. I got it by accident, but you guys will see the one I get normally. And that's the Savoy. This is the one I normally use. When I say normally, it's not because I've ever made this dish. It's because I have made, like I've mentioned before, Filipino sweet rice. I will show, I think I have a video on my TikTok of it. I will try and show it on my YouTube channel. You guys, it is kind of like a special treat because it's not like a basic cake or cheesecake, but it is a dessert, and it's not something you would have every day. And when you go to buy it, you know, support your local markets, but when you do go to buy it, it sells out very quickly at your local Asian market, and it is not cheap. I think one small cake is going to be about $10. Okay, I'm going to start adding my other ingredients, and it is going to start, I'm just going to be honest, it's going to start stanking up in here. Shrimp paste. I'm going to probably add half of this. Now, some of your most favorite, well, maybe not your favorite yet because I haven't tried them. Some of the best foods you're going to taste might not smell too appealing at first with some of the ingredients, but at the end, it's going to be bomb. Crab paste, that's also going to get quite crabby smelling up in the kitchen, you know. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I'm trying to decide if I want to add it all. I'm making a large amount. Most people make this with blue crab. That wasn't available to me, so I ended up with Dungeness crab. I think I might even add another coconut milk, to be honest. Before I go any further, I'm going to add my red curry paste. This is the one I could find today. Instant red curry from Dragonfly. These products are found, I believe, in Fremont or Hayward. That's where like a lot of our Asian products come from, Hayward, California. And I'm going to add this entire can or jar because it is pretty small and I'm making a lot. So I'm sure at any minute here somebody's going to be like, what is that smell, Mom? This is not like our typical Mexican food, right? But I really love the idea of introducing my kids to all different flavors and backgrounds. Open your mind, you know what I mean? Ruby's over there still messing with the crabs. I'm not going to show you guys what I have to do to them next because I'll spare you the... Yeah, I'll spare you the traumatization, she said. So, yes, you can show a crab in just a minute. Let me finish with this. Okay, just gonna let this go basically slow simmer. I think I'm gonna add one more coconut cream because, like I said, I have 4 large Dungeness crabs. And I really want this to coat all of the crab. But it's already smelling delicious. I will be back with you guys in a moment. Oh, before I forget, sorry. I forgot to add the lemongrass. I chopped some and I found it out in my little handy dandy small here. I really, ideally would have softened that in the oil, but by the time this cooks down, it's going to be fine. Okay guys, I finally dismantled / unalived the crabs. Turns out I still got it in me. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. And I just turned the flame, or it's not really a flame, this is an electric skillet, but I'm going to put the crabs in right now. But see how it's not very deep? Angel's walking around, so Spanza with the little claws. I hear them clicking and clacking, so I know you guys do. The only thing I did different while I was on a little break from you guys, and I added 2 more tied up little bundles of the padam leaf. I'm going to add 1 to 2 more cans of the coconut cream because I need some more sauce in this. I got the sauce, you know what I mean? Like, I need it deeper so that my crab can steep in this deliciousness. I am so glad that I tasted this before I did something to it because I was thinking I'm gonna need some salt, right? No, you guys, that shrimp paste and crab paste is very salty, so no extra salt needed. Okay. Oh, I did add 2 bay leaves, so I take that back. It wasn't just the padam leaf. And those leaves don't come tied like that. I tied them because they're super long. And I actually find them in the frozen section at my Asian market. I'm going to add 1 more can of the coconut cream to make this a little bit deeper because this skillet is super wide. So give me a minute. I'm over here. I'm still with you guys. If you guys enjoy this video, you know, it's something new, something different. I know I've cooked before, but haven't really, excuse my can opener, you know, got this little automated can opener. I'm trying to be fancy like that, you know? Just kidding. So this is the 4th can of coconut cream. And let me just say, before I go any further, this is not, and I repeat, is not, in any sense of the way, a traditional red curry crab dish. This is inspired by Tiny from TikTok. But I did add some ingredients that she did not add, and I'm going to add some more ingredients because I'm going to make this to where it suits my family and what they like, you know? And I would encourage you guys to do the same. You can take any recipe from any culture and respectfully appreciate it and add to it or take from it just to suit what your family likes. So it's done in the utmost respectful way because I appreciate all cultures, and I am always grateful when people appreciate ours. So I know what my family likes, so I'm going to add some ingredients that aren't typically found in this, right? Pretty sure this is going to start, yeah, you see it? You see those bubbles? That's what you want to see. Now, I did not film when the crabs and I had our last words because I don't think people would want to see that, but it was fast. It was as painless as possible. And now I'm going to add some of that crab to it. You might hear a little noise in the background. I'm going to like pour out some of the water. I've been soaking them in water. I clean them really good because, you know, these are some things that are on the bottom of the ocean, so you got to clean them really good. Make sure there's no sand, nothing in them. Just a minute. Okay, and I did tell these guys I appreciated them, by the way. So I've got some pieces, you know. If I didn't do everything right, feel free to give me some helpful advice in the comments. As long as you're not being a hater, I appreciate it. I'm going to put all these things, look at that. Yikes. That's why I was telling Ruby to be careful because one of those get a hold of you. Ooh. And let's see, what do I have coming up? You guys, my daughter, my middle child. Ooh, that middle child, that'll get you every time. I'm telling you. Turns 18 New Year's Eve. And we're going to throw her a party. She wants a big party. You know, she wants her dad's side of the family to come, and I still have so much love for her dad's side of the family. I still consider them my family, regardless of how many years it's been since they technically were. So we're going to make it happen. You know, that's what we do as parents, right? It might not be what some people have, but it's going to be good enough. And what's good enough for my babies is good enough for me. I reached out to my hermano, Mikey from the Salinas Report. Shout out to him. You guys, that's a real businessman right there. You know, him and his wife, they're doing things around here in the Salinas area, Central Coast. And he hooked me up with some numbers to get this party going. And if I would have gave him enough notice, that is the first person I would have reached out to for a DJ. But I obviously was not in a position to know sort of, you know, where things were going to be with my finances. So I kind of lagged on that. But regardless, it's going to happen. I got to dance with my baby, you know. She said she always imagined having that dance, 18-year-old dance with her dad. You know, and those of you that remember, he passed away. Cancer, and I'm gonna do my best to make my girl feel special on that day, and I hope she feels both of our love, you know. I hope she feels both of our love on that day. I know she will, as a matter of fact. Okay, so I am glad that I added that extra coconut milk. Look at that. I might even have to add something extra. Let me put the camera down a little. So that's all the crab. I took off the top shells because, I don't know, I wasn't too sure if I was supposed to use all of it. But I have it set aside. If I don't use it, definitely my cats and Angel are going to be grubbing because Angel's already in here sniffing around. And if my voice sounds a little manly, it's not because I'm manly. It's because I've been sick, you guys, for like a few weeks. So I apologize. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to put the lid on this. That way it can sort of steam in here. I do have it on high. And once I see that the crab is turning red, I know it's being cooked. I'm going to go ahead and add the vegetables that I'm going to add towards the end. That way they don't get super mushy and there's a little texture left to them. I'll be back. Okay, I'm about to add the veggies. And like I said, this is not a traditional dish. This is my own spin on a traditional Asian dish. Red curry crab. Okay, and this is it. I'm about to take that lid off. You're probably going to experience a lot of steam. But I'm going to add some veggies. I'm sure the crab is done by now. Let's check it out. Wow. I'm not looking in the camera lens, but I'm assuming you guys are catching some of that steam right now. And let me attempt to turn it down a tiny bit. Let's go back down to medium-low. I believe the crab is probably done. You see how it's that red color? That's typically how you can tell. And really it only takes about 8 to 10 minutes. Wait till you guys see my Christmas Day. Well, we celebrate Christmas Eve, but crab feed. So I'm glad I added that extra coconut milk. See all that, the juice that's in there? There's that padak leaf. Okay, now I'm going to add some purple onion, red onion, however you want to call it. I know everybody's always like, that's red onion, that's purple onion. Whatever. You know what it is. It's delicious, whatever it is, you know? That was some thicker pieces, which I should really mix up in there, right? And remember, I said I'm making this how I believe my family will enjoy it. Not the typical or traditional way, I should say. I'm adding a little more onion because my family enjoys onion. Some green onion. Some Thai chili. Yes, I'm using a paper plate because I don't want to do no damn dishes. Although I'm going to have dishes. A couple jalapenos. Probably about 10 Thai chilies. If you guys like it spicy, you know, this is what you'll want to do. If you don't like it spicy, you probably want to leave out the extra jalapeno and Thai chili because the curry might be a bit spicy for you, not for myself and for my family, but for some people it is, and that's fine. One of the things that I like best about Asian food is the element of sweet, salty, and spicy. So I'm adding some fish sauce, not because it technically tastes like fish, but it adds a little sour. So that's going to give it a little bite. You know what this reminded me of when I was thinking of it? I'm like, how am I going to do this dish where I can try it, but I'm also making it to where the rest of my family's going to like it? And I thought, if I add these extra ingredients, some zucchini, let's see, the onions were in some of the people's dishes I saw. I think Tiny added them as well. But I'm adding some zucchini, and I have it cut, you know, home style. It's not like specifically chopped in a perfect precision. But I wanted to do this in a way that would remind me of something like our grandparents would make, you know? Our abuelitas, our nanas, our grandmas, grannies, nonas, whatever you call your grandma. And typically that's how things are always cut a little off, you know? So I'm gonna add that. And that is actually 4 zucchinis. And one of those is from my own garden. I'm gonna turn the heat back up because if you can hear, the temperature just dropped a bit. I'm also going to add some mushrooms. Oh, what I was going to tell you guys, that's what I was going to say. It actually reminds me of a Korean hot pot. Some of you can fill me in on what you think. Some of my daughters love these mushrooms. And, hold on. I will list the name of them. I am like drawing a blank right now, so forgive me. And we all love zucchini. Along with all the other ingredients, I feel like there's a little bit of everything for every one of us to enjoy. One of my very, very favorite herbs, which if you're not adding herbs to your dishes, you're really not experiencing things fully. You need aromatics. I promise you, you will not be sorry. Let me add the lid back on. So all of this can sort of stew in here. It's going to soften within a matter of minutes. I don't like my veggies mushy. So really it's just going to steam. That was Thai basil I just added. You can see that. I'm going to put the lid back on. It barely fits. Get started on the sticky rice, and I will show you guys the finished product soon. Okay, this right here, this is the brand you want for your sticky rice. This one never does me dirty. Yeah, you can use it with savory dishes or sweet dishes. Okay, I'm gonna take some of the legs out. You guys can see this pot got pretty full. Everything's cooked through thoroughly as far as the crab. So I'm going to make some room for the veggies to finish, although I think they're pretty much done. Yeah, that looks about right. Got my rice going. Traditionally, my sticky rice would be being cooked in a basket. I don't have that, so I'm using my rice cooker, but that's all right. It was done with love, so it's going to be all right. This is actually way more than I thought it would be, so everybody's going to get a little bit of everything, or whatever they like anyways. And it smells delicious, you guys. If I was going to garnish this with anything, it might be a little lime and a little cilantro, which you can never go wrong with cilantro, right? I do have that on the side here. I'll have it ready for whoever would like some. But yes, the smell, the aroma is great. Okay, remember when I told you guys to make this dish your own? I did add a can of clams and oysters. Why? Because that's what I had. And that's what Ruby enjoys. So, yeah. She can eat this like a stew, a soup. Like I said, it almost was like a Korean hot pot. But everyone else that enjoys the crab can eat it like that. I will show you guys my crab momentarily. Always keep a pair of kitchen scissors or shears just for your kitchen area. Just my recommendation. This is cilantro. Just to sort of finish the dish. My rice is almost done. And this is all done. I just have it on low, keeping it warm until I can serve everyone's plate. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's very beautiful. The colors, remember, I've always read when we eat with our eyes first. And I can tell you how beautiful it smells. So, trust me. Try something new. You don't have to do exactly what I did, but try something for yourself. Try something different. It's not going to hurt anything. You might discover something that you truly enjoy. And if you don't, just chalk it up to a lesson learned, right? Mm-hmm. Look at all that crab. You can taste a little bit of everything. The garlic, the lemongrass, the onion. Yes, it's hot, but I'm just showing you. All worth it. I'll show you when it's plated.
Go.